Warhammer, I like it, and if you click this video, you probably do too. Animations, I like them too, and I know you do as well. So why not combine the two together and get some Warhammer Animations? Surely there can't be any controversy about this. So Games Workshop make Warhammer, and they have a service that do animations, about 40k and Sigmar. And today, after watching them all with my friend, we are going to casually put them in a tier list for fun, and while I'm making a bigger video. Disclaimer, there may be spoilers, and if you disagree, that's fine. Tell me how wrong I am in the comments, and I'll reply, know you. Hello.
Hello.
So Warhammer.
Warhammer.
It has animations.
It do.
It does. And some of them are made by the people who make me spend a lot of money on little plastic toys.
But they're pretty good plastic toys.
They're pretty good plastic toys.
They taste pretty good too.
Listen, we already saw one person eat a resin model. It wasn't a fun time afterwards. Alright, so animations. It's a great thing.
I love cartoons. I love any good show. I love Tom and Jerry. I love Looney Tunes. And you know what? Like, these shows, they were just like Tom and Jerry.
Angels of Death was very Tom and Jerry-esque of, you know, the gene stealers screaming every time they got whacked.
It was absolutely beautiful.
Games Workshop has a service called Warhammer Plus. It does things, one of them being animations. I don't really want to say Age of Sigmar and Warhammer 40k, because, like, how many? Hold on a minute. We got one and a few episodes of another. Yeah, we got one show dedicated to Age of Sigmar, and then Hammer and Bolter, which has a few episodes dedicated to Age of Sigmar. They have many animations, going from more realistic ones from Pariah Nexus, Iron Within, and Angels of Death, to more its own art style, like Hammer and Bolter and Interrogator. Most of them are kind of the same kind of battle ones, but then...
Yeah, it certainly experiments with the genre. Like, it doesn't just show you one area of the world. The animations show all of Warhammer, every element, in certain areas you never really thought you'd want to explore, which I think makes it really interesting.
He hasn't showed a Demon Collaba.
We'll get to that. They're working on it.
You don't even know what that is.
Don't, but they're working on it. I'm working on it.
A part of me's like to stop all this and make you read that, but we'll get there someday.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we'll make it a goal. If I reach a certain sub count, we'll read the Demon Collaba together. Exodites.
The Exodite. Ooh.
This one is set in a conflict between humanity and the Tau. However, it seems like there's more. It seems due to involvement of the Eldar. It was short. The Eldar voice actor was very good, because, you know, it was
the only Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, it was voiced by Mr. Crab, which is weird to think that an Eldar was voiced pretty well by, you know, the money-hungry crustacean. But I feel like they really failed to explore the Tau. I felt more interested in the Eldar.
Yeah. I was gonna say, as your average Eldar hater, like, it was quite interesting, I think.
Yeah.
Because I thought I would be more interested in watching the Tau, but, like, yeah, the Eldar were the ones I was a bit more like, huh. Now, I don't know how much of that's due to Clancy Brown, because I'm a huge fan of his talents as a voice actor, but yeah, I really found myself being a bit more like, I think just the performance he gave was really strong. Yeah,
there was like a resentment to his accent and tone, and everything. It's like, the bitterness of, like, somebody whose race is dying and fallen to such a degree.
Yeah.
And then at the end, like, I don't want to go into spoiler, sorry, but, like, the ending made me go, huh, okay. So what would you rate it? If I'm honest, I don't think I could give it higher than C. It's like C or D for me. Simply because it's short.
I don't think I'd go D. I think C's pretty safe, because yeah, I think it's pretty good, but I wouldn't go as far to say it's like really good. Like, I think the ending for me was the best. Well, it took a bit to get there.
So you say C tier for Exodites.
Yeah, I'd say so.
On to the next one. I feel like this one's unintentionally funny, in my opinion, and that is Iron Within.
I really enjoyed Iron Within.
I did as well.
I get what you mean, though. It's kind of just like, it's
literally just this meme.
Master Commissar, I found the Astartes drop point.
Yes, I know, that's
Look
good.
kind of angry, but the skullers and horns on their backs are lit.
Listen, that's not an Astartes!
It was what, like half an hour, 20 minutes?
Yeah, but I I really enjoyed that half-hour test because it got you invested like that. Like you were in a fight for life, and then as it goes on,
Yeah, the Drukhari were taking over the planet, or not taking over the planet, but they were like taking people in mass ways, and then you find out the governor had made deals with
try
them.
and save his own fucking skin, and it's like, you son of a bitch. And then you watch this, like, the survivors have to like try and like work out a plan, praying that their Astartes will come down, only to get hit with the most horrific realization. I fucking loved it. It's everything I expect.
That's not the stories.
I think it's everything I like in Warhammer.
And then I like the Iron Warriors. I like their kind of methodic siege industrialism. Like, you know, they have their shields moving up in like a phalanx. Also, it's Drukhari getting murdered.
That's
and
pretty
then, like,
good.
is your average Eldar hater, you know.
It was a pretty good day, you know.
E or A?
I was gonna put it in. I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna say it should be an S. So I'd say A. We'll meet in the middle.
Okay, well, me in the middle. Iron with A in. I feel like it could have gone longer.
It could have gone longer.
I also
but
like the
for what it was so
ending
fun.
as
Yeah,
well.
I was gonna say the ending was perfect. It was just a perfect bit of Warhammer.
This one is probably the most controversial one in a lot of ways. Hammer and Bolter.
Yeah, because there's a lot to. It's quite hard to rank because it varies in quality quite a bit depending on the episode, in my opinion.
Some of the episodes I was like, I really like this, and other I was like, eh.
What episodes would you say were your favourites out of the ones you saw?
I really liked, obviously, Artifact, which was the one with with the Black Legionary, the Black Legion Terminators investigating a Necron artifact. Well, a Eldari artifact held by the Necrons.
I really liked that one as well. I was a huge fan of I was a huge fan of the Nurgle one, like, which surprised me because I didn't think I'd enjoy as much as I did, but
I like the Gene Stealer one.
that was also great, yeah. But then on the other side, there were episodes like the Astartes one, which, to be honest, I didn't really click with as much, despite thinking that would be my favourite, like the
Which one?
Astartes Militarium one. You know the one?
Not Astartes, the Astra Militarum. Actually.
Oh man, no. I've been exposed.
You've been exposed, fake fan.
Fake fan.
Because
I
it's just
didn't
gonna
really
go Cadia stands, and I'm like, well, it doesn't anymore. It stands in little bits and pieces.
One of the things about this one was, I think, the varying animation quality, which I think kind of takes away from it. Because
this is what makes it controversial, and for a lot of people, that it's like seen as bad or budgeted. Which at moments you can really feel that.
The thing is, like, I tried not to let it affect it because I feel like there's nothing wrong with like budgeting your animation so you can save it for the episodes you really want. Because you can tell which episodes they really wanted to make, and those ones are great. But sometimes the animation does affect episodes. Like the for me, the episodes the sisters was really shoddy at points, which was a shame because I really found myself invested in that at points, but the animation kind of let it down.
I'm mixed because there's certain parts of me, like some episodes are definite B and A, some episodes are C, but we're doing this as a whole package. I'm not gonna lie, the animation of the Eldar one did make me like, maybe I shouldn't wish death upon you.
Yeah, the Eldar episode was quite good. I almost forgot about that one. See, I'm debating because like my mind, I want to put it higher. I think B is alright, but at the same time, I'm like,
for an overall
I don't
package,
know.
we'll say it's C with definite good gems.
Yeah, I think
Like, this isn't
I'd say
like
that works.
as a whole package. I'd maybe give it a C because there's like certain. Also, it's maybe like a Age of Sigmar plus Warhammer 40K, but it's like 90% 40K, which if you're a fan of Age of Sigmar is a shame.
you're not getting a show for you.
But like I wouldn't say there was any like really bad episode. It was just kind of like mediocre to good. But I feel like
I'd say so.
the good few ones that are really good do deserve to be here. But
Yeah.
I feel like for a whole package we have the who did it see?
Possible future tier list. Hammer and Bolter
Hammer
tier
and Bolter. I
list.
feel like that would be more better to do for Hammer and Bolter. We'll put it at C, and then what would you say is your favourite episode? For me, it would be probably Artifacts.
I really like Artifacts as well, but I think the Nurgle episode really won it out for me. I really just loved the body horror in it. I was, as a sucker for like anything spooky and nasty, I had a blast of that.
On to the next one. This one, me and you both enjoyed it a lot, and that was Interrogator.
Interrogator really redefined what Warhammer was to me personally, because I felt like, in my mind, I always picture, you know, like, Space Marines be Tyranids, but then you watch this and you're like, holy shit, there's like a whole world out there to explore, like not just like these major fights, but just smaller scale things.
Yeah, I remember talking to you about like Warhammer. You could do basically any genre of media, and going from comedy to noir to grand battle to political intrigue to Christ. You could even do like what's like the beginning of like JoJo Part 4, like A Taste of Life or something.
Slice of life.
Yeah.
Slice of
You
life.
you could
Warhammer
do a slice of life Warhammer animation.
I'm just picturing like the full-on anime fucking cliche of like a space marine running out the room like, I'm late again, oh no!
I don't know, it's your average like Factorum worker. He's like, oh, I'm late, oh no, and then by the end of the episode he's a servitor and he just opens the door.
Yeah, he's got the toast in his mouth.
The server with toast in his mouth. I'm sorry for my misfunction. I would honestly, I'd put S. I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed Interrogator. I didn't hear people talk about it. Like, you know, I heard people talk about like Angels of Death, Hammer and Bolter, and like Iron Within, and like obviously we started watching this not too long after Pariah Nexus.
I think that's a damn shame, because it's really something special.
Like, it could just be I was not looking at the right places, and this is well known. But, and honestly, God, I feel like Interrogator is a show, if you're a fan of, like, Inquisition-y stuff, and, like, you know, just the average person, or, like, being on a hive world as a regular person. I won't say regular, but, like, you know, with a bit of, like, mystery to it. Definitely give Interrogator a watch. I was humbly surprised.
Same.
Humbly.
I really hope Warhammer does more stories like Interrogator, because I think it's really showed me just how rich of a world it is, and even the smallest crevices and corners. Like, you'd never expect a show like Interrogator to just wow you like it does. For its style, its characters, and its action. Oh, the intro animation. It's so good. It's a perfect noir story. Just flat out.
Next one, Angels of Death. The Blood Angels. The Blue Angels. We get a look at a company of Blood Angels, I believe it is, who end up stuck a planet because they try to head back to their home world, but then get caught on the warp during the fall of Cadia when the Great Rift tears open. And they end up on a planet that is infested, to no small degree, with gene stealers. And you get a look at the culture of the Blood Angels quite a bit, as well as you guys see a little bit of how an Astartes ship is ran from a human perspective, not from like the lower lanes, but like the higher ends, like the captain and like the people who run the crew deck. The animation did drop at points, in my opinion, and I think it was mainly to do with
I'd agree.
The mouth.
I think that's unfortunate because the stylistic choices that Angel of Death makes with its color are really cool and interesting. I'm a huge sucker for like muted like black and white stuff with the occasional like blotches of red, and I thought that was awesome. I feel like it really made everything stand out, especially the Angels of Death, which was cool. I also really loved the soundtrack. I think Angels of Death probably has
the soundtrack did not need to go as hard as it did.
It did not. I think it's honestly, out of all these shows, I think it had my favorite soundtrack. That would be the big thing Angel of Death did for me, was just the fucking synthwave Vangelis-esque soundtrack was insane.
The main threat, because like everyone can like things like, it's a space marine, you know, they can kill like 1,000 guardsmen, but then what if there's 10,000?
Yeah, I love how intense they were, because you felt the pressure build up as they
Yeah,
slowly
you got like an
visually
entire
spawn.
planet of mutated people coming to kill you, and like you're like they're angels of death, angels of the emperor, like demigods. Yeah, you saw what their Terminators had been completely wiped by the Gene Stealers.
Oh, it was intense. The action was really good. I felt some of the set pieces were really strong.
I feel like a lot of the issues I have with like animation were all fixed in like the last two episodes, which seem to take place like so like you got the first like season, quote unquote, and then you got two, or was it 2 or 3? I think maybe 2 like extra episodes. I think there was the ship one. The captain becoming the captain with the Drukhari. There's
the soldier, the regular
tech priest, which that one was straight up just horrifying and really goes to show that the Mechanicus are not good people.
I think that might be my favorite because I just love the horror of it. Like I love just like stories like that where there's just this terrifying sense of dread for it, and I think that episode did it really well.
Yeah, because like you didn't know what was going to happen, like in the sense of like, why is this tech beast chose you? It's like, oh, you think like something like special, like she's got a project that requires like a squad of like soldiers. Like no, he's literally like servitorized to replace like her secretary or something like that, and like
she literally.
While the planet is falling to the Gene Stealers?
She replaced her Alexa with a new one. It's horrific.
Yeah. I really liked the last episode of the Death Guard.
That was good too. I would say, I think
because I really like the Chaplain character.
I think I would say my biggest issue with Angels of Death would actually come from the characters. I feel they weren't as strong as they were in some other shows. Like take Iron Within for instance. Like I really grew attached. Like I got really invested in the struggles of like the survivors here. With this I was just a bit like cool. Like even though there were
you had the only characters I can really say that I liked the Chaplain. He was the one with the skull mask.
Yeah, I like the
because
Chaplain
he was kind of like this like spiritual leader to like these demigods. You had the Tech Marine, who I really like, just kind of bubbling, go do do do.
Yeah, Tech Marine was also pretty good. I think besides those two though, I'm a bit lost on other characters.
There was the main character who
really
was sent to the Death Watch. I feel like you saw more of him in the last episode of the Death Guard.
Yeah, but by then it's kind of too late,
because where he kind of like reflects on like the Black Rage and what it does, because like the whole premise of that episode is like he doesn't know why we're abandoning like their mortal allies. Like we're just going to rescue one Marine, but like the Chaplain's like keeping it quiet of like. No, like he's clearly fallen to the Black Rage, and we need to like make sure his honor's intact.
Yeah.
Make sure like it's like our burden, our secret. We'll let him like die as a hero, not as a savage.
I just wish there was more stuff like that in it, like.
Because because I feel like after a certain point with the Chaplain. It kind of drops a little bit in that way, because then the guy's kind of left on his own to like try and deal with like the rage, instead of the Chaplain being like his older brother.
What's worse is there's a whole squad there as well, and like I feel like I don't get me wrong, like obviously,
and I feel like there's like a few characters you can only really point out, like the captain.
I'm not saying like
Death
you need
Watch
to make
guy,
every character like stand out.
Tech Marine Chaplain. And then like the Death Watch's like friend. Everything I had issues with like the show ended up being like fixed
in those final few episodes, which is why it's kind of annoying, because you're like, why didn't you just do this at the beginning? You think, what are you thinking? Because I'm thinking
maybe B.
I'm thinking B. B seems like a good wee space.
If you like action, you like a little bit of an artsy style, and you like the soundtrack alone is really good reason to watch it. Honestly, we don't like the initial like few episodes. It literally skip to like the last 2. You'll like it. And there's one more. The Pariah Nexus. Probably their big show.
The big dog. I know where I stand, but do you want to start?
No, I'll let you go.
Okay. So as a huge fan of the Salamanders, I really enjoyed this. It was great to see like the Salamanders in action, and I also really enjoyed this the sister as well as a character. I never really expected to grow attached to her as much as I did. I also felt the Necrons in it were fucking terrifying. Like, this is honestly one of my favorite portrayals of the Necrons in, like, any medium.
There's a meme out there that shows how the Imperium view the Necrons, and it's like all these horrifying things, and it's then how Necrons view each other, and it's like the most geriatric, like, fighting amongst yourselves. But I do agree, it does show you, like, the outer perspective of, like, what it's like to deal with a Necron. I don't even know if it's an invasion, it may have just been the tomb world activating, so technically the humans invaded by accident.
What made it also really... I think one of my other favorite things was, the Salamander. Sakan is just...
Sakan was very good, yes.
He's
I
a
like
great,
Sakan.
like, he's a great starting point for a character, and, like, I really hope we get to see more of him, because I want to see more of this dude. He was so cool, and he reminded me why I loved the Salamanders so much. This was just a straight up one of just a solid dude in a bad situation.
I felt like the Salamanders were a good pick for this type of show, because, well, like, 9 times out of 10, Marines genuinely do not care for the average human. Like, they know that they're valuable, so, like, if the odds look tough, like, why am I going to defend these civilians, these average humans? I know what I'm worth. I'm out. Well, you see Sakan spill blood for this random group of humans, while the sister has a complete crisis of faith.
Yeah, that was something else I really enjoyed, was that crisis of faith. It really added a lot to it. As you're watching just someone struggle to question, like, who they are after a moment of weakness.
Yeah, because her faith did not save that planet.
No, it did not.
Yeah, and I loved the Necrons, because it's in lore that Lunar Saras is a dick, and then in the show he's a dick, and I'm like, yeah. Thing is like, I wonder where they would go, because the Pariah Nexus was like the big thing for 9th edition, and now we're currently in 10th edition with the 4th Tyrannic War. There is mention of the Pariah Nexus in the new upcoming codexes for the Mechanicus and the Necrons. I'm pretty sure, didn't I explain the Pariah Nexus to you? It's like a giant null zone where, like, the warp has no connection, and it starts, like, messing with people because obviously their souls are not connected to it. So there's a giant, like, Mechanicus fleet going to investigate and mine Blackstone, which is, like, the material used for nullifying the zone. However, the Necrons have had a little oopsie-whoopsie called a civil war between Emotek the Stormlord and the Silent King. So it'd be interesting to see if that has any play in the show. Probably not, because that's more grand scale, while this show is very small and condensed to this one situation area after the main battle was over.
Yeah.
It was just survival.
You know what's interesting that you say that, because you just reminded me what really was something else to talk about, was just how terrifying I don't know what the right term is. I'm still a bit of a noob when it comes to Warhammer, but the Necron sniper, that dude was...
The Death Mark.
The Death Mark was terrifying. He was just one motherfucker, but he was killing everything like it was nothing.
Death Mark's not liked by certain Necrons because they're seeing as not honourable, and it's like, yeah... Just appearing behind your opponent and going bang is not very, it's effective but honourable.
That's cheating.
Pretty much. That's Necron's opinions. Also, you saw the Scorpec destroyers.
Oh yeah, they were also really intense. I mean, I think the intensity of it, despite it being on a small scale, is really impressive. And moments such as Sakan just like fucking like waking up and having to fight fucking for his life is great. And just realizing he's the last one.
Well, those guardsmen didn't have it easy.
No, they did not.
Also, it's strange to think that this was technically a continuation of the 9th edition trailer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, in 9th edition, you had the Scissor Battles and the Ultramarines versus the Necrons, and then they lose, get wrecked, Ultra Buffs. Then it continues on after that. It does make me wonder if they'll do something similar for the Tyrannic War. Probably not, but it would be interesting to see, I don't know, a similar style show, but dealing with the Tyranids. However, I am excited for what's coming next for Pariah Nexus, and I would honestly rate it S. I think it's the best thing they've come out with, and I feel like the only thing that's going to maybe rival it is obviously the next season or whatever.
I think
or whenever Astartes 2 comes out, which apparently is still a thing.
I was gonna say, when it comes to what you expect from Warhammer, I think this is the best. Because while I
the
still
ending as well.
Oh yeah,
really hits in the grim.
It's sad and it's perfect. I think it really encapsulates what makes Warhammer so great in a single show.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see our Salamander.
Sam. I can't wait. I'm really happy.
Or Flayed. Oh, if the show had Flayed once.
Oh, that would be fun.
That would be
cool.
To see.
I want to see
because there was a decent amount of gore in this show, but if they had Flayed ones,
that would take it to the next level.
In the one of the best Warhammer books, Twice Dead King, Ruin, it has a lot of Flayed ones in it, and like they make this clickety clack laughing sound, like I can just imagine them just kind of like preying on people and this and that, because are just like in lore they can just kind of appear.
Yeah.
And then, oh, there goes your flesh. Oh, this is my new coat.
Hey, what are you doing? Does your skin make you uncomfortable? Why don't you take
Let
it
me
off? Yeah, like,
That
I'm
would
really
be good.
excited for the next season. I think what I want more of is development for Sakan. Like, I want to see where his character goes. I want to see more...
I want to see if he gets reinforcements.
Yeah, I want to see how he's doing, because he really got left on the defense.
I wonder what Illuminus Viserys is going to be up to. He's a funny little guy.
Practical Joker.
But yeah, I can't wait for him to send another death mark. Or he's like, I choose you, Locust Heavy Destroyer. Kill this one salamander.
Hope we get more fire as well.
Yeah, and I hope we get more Gauss Flare.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be Sakan versing a Catan shard. Let's go.
That would
Being immediately deleted.
Oh,
He makes a big giant speech as this like shattered god literally uses, what is it, Time's Arrow, which I think just erases you from ever existing.
Damn.
Like you never existed. Boom, down. I am Sakan of the Salamanders, son of Vulcan, and I shall have my, and then just gone.
You
like
see, you're making me
dot in my
question.
hand.
Does that mean Sakan is like literally the Steven Universe of Space Marines? Like he's just showing up and chatting up like, you don't need to do this, come on. Like, I'm here to protect these people. Bad God.
Can gets to Illuminor says, and they have a nice talk where he's like, you don't need to do all these horrible experiments, but I want to become a god. But you know, that's not what it's all about. You know, you can live forever and do us. I want to become a god. Yeah, but you know,
friends, come on.
Friendship is
What about all
magical.
these nice
Friendship is
people?
nothing compared to the immortalness of being a god.
But like, you know, like this little kid, he's having a good day. You don't need to ruin that. I don't care.
I'm going to examine a little kid by atom until I understand the essence of life.
And that's when he gets the flamethrower, right? And that's when he stops existing.
Yeah, at that point, you know, he stabs a giant leg through his freaking stomach.
You know what, though? I believe Sakan could win. He has the power of like, friendship on his side. He has the power of belief.
This is when Vulcan shows back up.
That would be amazing. Vulcan just comes back and is like, fuck it. What the fuck?
What's a Necron?
What the fuck is this? It's like, how are we doing? What happened?
What do you mean,
man.
Tyrannid?
What the fuck is that? That's a big bug! Just squash it!
There's a bigger
There's
bug.
more?
I want to see every Primar's reaction to the Necrons and the Tyrannids, because they might be like, what do you mean? What do you mean? But yeah, that was this very amateur tier list of Warhammer Animations made by Games Workshop, limited edition. For the prices is, you could just like maybe buy one subscription or watch it all in like a month, or you can wait a bit more and see what else comes out. There was meant to be a Night Lords animation. I don't know where it is. I'm very wanting it. Give it now.
Calm down, calm down. It's okay. I will say, I think trying out the free trial and just giving a few of these shows a shot, you can really work out what's
There is
there
no
for
free
you.
trial.
and what's
You
not.
fucking buy that for
Oh, there's not-
$5.99.
Oh shit, you do?
Yeah.
Oh. Wah, wah.
Yeah, or you know, if you don't want to, you know, there's other means.
They're gonna take away my Night Lord show,
They're
and
not-
I'm just gonna.
They're not gonna give me
fucking
my Night Lord show. I am not gonna say to subscribe until they give me the my Night Lord show. Don't give them a cent of your money.
That's it. Start the boycott. Start the boycott.
Justice for the 8th Legion.
Justice for Conrad.
I don't know. Well, according to Conrad, he got justice in his own terms.
More justice for Conrad.
You can't. How do you make?
Extra justice.
Okay, so we're gonna have to bring him back to kill him again. Just imagine an animation of Conrad Curse. That would be funny. And for any more amateur content coming your way, subscribe. You have any final words?
You know, I'll head in with some final words. If you have any tier list suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Let's see what we come up with.
It's gonna be like tier list all of Conrad's shenanigans.
Conrad's greatest pranks.
Conrad's greatest pranks. Number 1, playing Among Us in the Lion ship.